What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to a new video, and today I got something very special for y'all. And if you can see right here, I have a murder mystery map, and yeah, so if you could tell by the title, today we're going to be making a horror game kind of thumbnail. So basically we're gonna have a, what's it called, we're gonna have the mob boss. You know how Piggy has Piggy, right? And then after Piggy release, there's a bunch of games that came out after with specific villains. So yeah, I'm gonna be using this murder mystery map because I don't have any other map, and this is a tutorial. So yeah, obviously if you're doing a commission, you're going to be using your own map. But as you can see, it's a very nice model. It fits the theme of what I'm going to create. So yeah, you want to take your map, we're going to right click and we're going to export selection. Alright, and I'm just going to make a new folder called horror map export. Alright, horror map. There we go. This is gonna take some time, so now I'm going to delete that, and in the toolbox, let's go for R15. Let's see what R15 characters we could get. The best NPC, I think we could work with that one. What else we got here? Alright, so for the monster, we could go for Slender. Honestly, there's a bunch we could go for. This one might be better, Slender. Don't know horror story. That's a bit odd. Alright, scary monster. No, that one's bad. I don't know what this is, man. Let's see. This is just weird, bruh. Alright, I think we might just stick with what you got so far. Oops. We could use Jason, actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use Jason. It's less cheesy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use Jason here. Alright, so let's first export our Roblox in here. It's R15. I'm going to be using this R15, so right click, export selection. I'm gonna call this NPC. Alright, now for Jason, right click, export selection, Jason. Alright, now we're going to head over to Blender, so I'm gonna see you guys there. Alright, so here we are. I have the free Blender lighting setup open. We have a video on this on the channel. I'm going to include a link in the description to download this rig setup for free. This is what I'm going to be using. So let's click on the third bubble to head into rendered view right over here. Then we go to shading. I'm going to click on this icon. Now I'm going to head over to horror map export, and I'm going to grab the player texture first, as you can see. Alright, and now let's import his hat. So import selection, object file. There we go. We're gonna go for the NPC object file. Now in geometry, you want to turn off split by object and turn on split by group. And what this is gonna do is, you will see in a second, if I position him. Alright, go to object, set origin to geometry. This will place the axis into the middle. Alright, as you can see here, we're gonna grab his hair and we're just going to move it. Alright, now we're just going to rotate and position it accordingly. There we go. It's a little bit messed up. I guess something like that. Not really. Maybe. Let me check. Let me check real quick. Alright, so his hairline is over here. You gotta keep adjusting this. Alright, so it goes down here, apparently. Keep rotating it. Alright, so I'm gonna rotate him this way. Alright, so I think I finally got it down to how I want it. Alright. Maybe just a little bit. Alright, that looks good. Now we're just gonna take this one. Alright, so, and we're going to delete this one. So X, delete. So we're gonna click on the hair. Now we're gonna hold Shift, click on the head. And we'll Control P. And it's gonna say set parent to object. We can hit OK. Now when we rotate our head, the hair goes along with it. So now I'm going to open a new Blender file. This is going to be for the map. So we're gonna hit A, X, delete, and now we're gonna go up to File, Imports, and Wavefront Object File. Now from here, you're going to want to import your map. You can do split by object. When you do split by object, it means the entire thing is in one model. But if you do split by group, every single piece and part will be a separate object. So I'm going to do split by object. Let's wait for this to import. Alright, here it is. And let's turn on rendered view with the third bubble. And let's start off with an HDRI. So let's click on world properties. Let's go to color. Click on this little circle. We're gonna go for environment texture. We're gonna hit open. Now you can use any HDRI you want. It is completely up to you. I'm using default Blender ones. Yeah, you want to have that, go to render settings, ambient occlusion on, bloom, and screen space reflections. We're gonna go film, turn on transparent. Now with that out the way, we're gonna go inside the scene. Now obviously later we're gonna do some custom, we're gonna do our own lighting setup, so we're not gonna use the HDRI too much, but I'm just having this so I can see right now. Alright, I want to pick a nice area. I'm just gonna do over here because there's more stuff and it's a bit more exciting. So yeah, first things first, right now just leave it as it is, but ambient occlusion, I'm going to turn this up a bunch. Alright, factor 1.2. Alright, and yeah, now we're gonna click on the model. We're gonna hit tab on our keyboard. I'm gonna go to the face select. I'm gonna click on this blue piece, and this is how you make objects glow. You want to go to material and change the surface to emission. Now you can make the color blue like that and turn up the strength, as you can see. Now if you hit tab, you go back to object mode. So we got that. Alright, now I'm gonna go to cc0textures.com and I'm going to look for a material. This will look nice for a wall. To be honest, I don't want something too reflective. Alright, I'm gonna take plastic 011 and click on the wall. Alright, we're gonna go into shading, click on principal BSDF. I'm gonna hit Control Shift T, and now I'm going to find my textures. I'm gonna select all of these. I'm gonna hit principal texture setup. Let's actually, alright, as you can see, the walls, I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to detach the roughness. I'm gonna go with Shift A. I'm gonna go for a color ramp, and then I'm going to plug the color into factor and then color into roughness. There we go. and I'm just going to play with these settings right here. You can turn up metallic if you want. Specular, I'm gonna turn it down. Yeah, just play with these roughness settings here, as you can see. That's good. We're gonna hit tab. We're gonna select this piece, material, and emission. Here I'm gonna make this white and white light, like that. Now we select these things, canisters. I don't know what they are in the back. And I'm going to make them metallic, just like that. There we go. Alright, let's see what else we got. Alright, let's go back here. Alright, I'm going to relocate the angle, actually, to maybe over here. Alright, so let's add a camera, so I could adjust the field of view. So hit Shift A, we're going to go for a camera. Now you want to hit Control, Alt, and 0 on the number pad, so on the right side, not the numbers up top. Alright, so now we're gonna go to camera and adjust the focal length. This is what we want. This right here is what I want. So alright, it looks good to me, I think. Alright, now let's add more textures. Alright, now I'm going to set up this floor texture. So I'm going to click on it, shading, Control Shift T. Here we got metal plates. I'm just going to select all these, setup, and let's check it out. As you can see, we have a very beautiful floor texture. I think I'm gonna increase the tiling just a little bit. It appears the wall has been affected as well, which is like, alright, so just select the wall. So I'm gonna select the wall, or at least what is visible. I'm gonna make new material for it. I'm gonna go assign. Make the base color into a dark color, and metallic, specular settings, roughness. Alright, there we go. We fixed that up. Let's go into, we fixed that up. These crates. Alright, now for these crates here, I have a texture set up for these as well. So let's click on these. Let's click on these right here, Control Shift T, and as you can see, there's a very slight metal texture. Alright, this is what we got so far. I think it looks pretty good. And I'm just going around selecting textures and adjusting the properties for them. So as you can see, this middle floor here. What else do we have? Alright, so let's take these. Oops. Select, and new material, new assign. Make this black. Metallic up. Alright, looks good. Let's take the tank. Metallic up. There we go. Here we go. Yeah, I'm just selecting parts and increasing the metallic for it. There we go. Let's grab this right here, metallic up. Increase the specular for it. Alright, cool. What else do we have? Alright, I think this is good. We could go around our scene. You pick a nice angle, wherever you want. I think I'm gonna stick with this one. Alright, so we're gonna go back to our rig and we're going to add our person. So Control C, Control V, object set origin. And bring him here. Rotate. Alright, for his face we could change that later. So alright, as far as his face goes, we could change that in Photoshop, so there's really no worry for that. Let's bring him down to the ground here, and let's also adjust our camera into the floor. So we got this kind of setup. Alright, so we gotta make this extremely dramatic. So yeah, just pose it however you want, up to you. I'm not really a fan of posing. Yeah, I don't really put much effort into these personally, because the goal is to just teach you guys. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. There's really no point. There we go. So he's like running away, so he is running away, and then we're going to have a scared face. Feels good to me. Try to make this smaller. We're gonna figure out the proportions. So we're going to go back to the map. How big is a player supposed to be over here? Alright, so a player next to the tank. It's not a very big tank, is it? Alright, so player is pretty big. Let's go for camera. I'm going to fix the field of view temporarily, just so I could scale the character accordingly. As you can see, it is very small. So let's scale him up. I think that's the actual size that we want right there. Right, so we're gonna place him right here. Alright, let's reposition our camera. Zoom out. Move this out. This is really annoying to position. Alright, so I'm gonna do this angle right here. I think this works. Let's go for editing this character's texture. Alright, we got his texture. Do a bump map, color into height. This will give us some detail on his clothing. Turn down. There we go. Alright, so that looks good to me. Let's hit save. And now let's add the JSON. So the character here, add the JSON texture. There we go. Let's bring his mask over. Alright, that's nice. There we go. Place it right here. Then let's grab his X. And then we could delete everything else. So we're gonna take the mask. Rotate. I don't know why it's so big. And the pose right now is making it look weird, but hopefully we're gonna fix that. So yeah, the pose is making it look it makes it look not very threatening, I guess. Alright, let's fix the pose for Jason. So how do we want Jason? So now we're going to take everything here into our scene. So Control C, Control V into our scene, and there we go. Alright, so he still looks a little bit awkward, mainly because of the, I think, hold on. Mainly because he's kind of leaning forward, I think. It makes him look less imposing. This looks good to me. Now we're gonna do the actual lighting. What I mean by that is we're gonna turn down the XUI, and we're going to hit N on my keyboard. I'm gonna go to SSGI. I think I made a video on this before, but it's called SSGI for Blender Eevee. It's for free. I'm gonna hit add, and settings, make the thickness 500, and then intensity. We'll play this. Alright, so there we go. If we have it disabled, it will look like this. So let's keep it, and trace precision. It's red. Alright, that's fine. And now we're gonna go Shift A. We're gonna go light. Let's go for a I think point light for now. Let's grab this. What is this? Where is this point light at? Alright, so we got our point light. Let's bring it up. Alright, let's turn this up. As you can see, it gives us some additional lighting. There we go. Over here is fine. Shift D. Bring this one back. Alright, we could also light some other areas as well. You can increase the radius. Here we go. I really like what we got so far. So we're gonna go ahead, go into render, and we're gonna hit render image over here, and it's going to be super quick because we're using Eevee. Alright, go to image and save as render. There we go. Now we're gonna go into Photoshop. Alright, now first things first, I'm going to play around with the color lookup to see what we could get. There should look. Alright, I like this one, the bleach bypass. So I'm gonna turn this up. I'm also gonna copy it and put this one into overlay mode. Alright, and then I'm going to just brush it off a little bit. Alright, that looks good to me. Let's add a new color lookup. Alright, crisp winter. For some blue, copy it. Foggy night. Let's have some fog. And if you use your brush tool with the color on black and with the mask selected, if you click, you can remove the layer, the fog in our case, from specific areas. So I want it more towards the back. So here's what we got now with this on. New color lookup. This one, I like this one. As you can see, it's a slight contrast. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to go to my render. I'm going to go to quick selection tool, and I'm just going to grab the player here. Alright, so how do you select? Just select, and if you go over, you want to hold Alt, and this will negate, and this will go subtract from the selection. So grab the player. I use this tool frequently. Alright, this went way over. Okay, so once you're happy with your selection, we're gonna go right click, select and mask, and as you can see here, we could adjust our selection. I forgot to grab an area of his leg. Alright, right click, select the mask. Make sure all these are completely straight. Increase the contrast, shift edge down. Hit OK. Now we're gonna hit Control J. Alright, now I'm going to right click, blending options, and from here let's go for gradient overlay. Alright, mode into overlay. As you can see, let's go for inner glow. Alright, something like this. There's shadow. Let's make this white. Overlay mode. Alright, and we could give this blue tints like that. There we go. Dude, why can't I still hear you, man? Alright, once you're happy, let's hit OK. I'm going to make a copy and delete the FX. So drag the FX into the trash can because I want to try something. So camera raw filter. Alright, and I'm gonna go for detail, noise reduction. I want to turn this up I think it just makes it a bit more smooth, so I'm gonna go for this right here. And then the inner shadow, let's turn this down. Alright, and now we're going to grab our JSON and we're going to do something similar. So let's go ahead and select. Alright, right click, select the mask, radius up, smooth, and contrast. I'm gonna hit Ctrl J, and I'm going to paste the layer style. And now I'm just going to adjust it accordingly. So yeah, there we go. I'm actually going to remove the gradient overlay. And now let's add some smoke. Alright, so I got some smoke here. I'm going to place it behind the JSON. Just going to lower the opacity. Alright, so we're just going to place it around our scene. And as you can see, it just gives it a way more dramatic effect, which is precisely what we want. So alright, I gotta finish this so I can eat. So just copy and paste over our scene, as you can see. There we go. Now once everything looks good to you, let's add some final adjustments. We'll go for a gradient map. Just play around with these. I'm just gonna play around with these, so yeah. Let's see how this looks on soft light. Alright, so once you're happy, we're gonna take the top layer, we're gonna hold shift, and we're gonna click on the bottom layer. Now you want to hit Ctrl G, make a new layer, and now we're going to go to image and apply image. We're gonna hit OK. We're gonna hide this group, and now we're gonna hit Ctrl J to copy our new layer. We're gonna go up to filter, and we're gonna go to camera raw filter, and then we're just going to I actually forgot to change the face. So let's just do that real quick. So I'm gonna copy, and then I'm going to use the spot healing brush. I probably should have changed the face way earlier, but I forgot, so it is what it is. Remove it here. Make this a bit smoother. Alright, let's take this scare face I got online. Let's rotate, perspective. Alright, I'm gonna add a drop shadow to make it look blended into our scene. Alright, I think it looks good. Alright, and there we go. And this one has tint on it. If we go color overlay, select this color. Gradient overlay. Same position here. Alright, and alright. Once this is good, we're going to group, copy the group, Control E, make a copy, filter, camera raw filter. Alright, and let's go to basic, and now you want to adjust these properties to your liking. So this part is completely up to you. There we go. You can turn up the vibrance if you want. You want the texture up. This is very important, as you can see. Contrast. Alright, I'm gonna hit OK, and you could turn it down if you want, 75. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Let's make a new layer. Color on black. Let's go for, change our color to black. Alright, so we go like this. We could do a very nice vignette effect, and let's go for soft light. There we go. Make this into normal. And let's make a copy, filter, sharpen, and sharpen. There you have it, guys. There is our finished results, a horror style game thumbnail. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. I know this is a very long video, so if you stuck around till the end, I really appreciate it. And make sure to check out our store. We have UI templates, all that stuff, and a ton of free stuff for you to download. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you all next time. Peace.